Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am the Tri-State Big Mouth. As most of you know me, I am a battle rapper, comedian, poet, etc. and so forth, trying to excel in a world that has many people just like me. Now, I was, about 2 weeks ago, received an email to animate a cartoon voice on YouTube. That means, for most of you people who don't understand what the word animated means because you were born in a cave, the word animate means they want me to be the voice of a cartoon. Now, here's the problem with this problem. The voice they wanted me to animate or mock was the Prophet Muhammad. Now, upon going on these YouTube clips, I noticed that a lot of people have a lot of disagreements with Muslims, make fun of them, make fun of their race, make fun of their religion, make fun of the people, make fun of everything about them. And they promote themselves that way. They offered me $2,400 to do the Prophet Muhammad's voice in an animated cartoon. Now, I know what most of you are thinking. Razuk, you really need the money. This would be great for you to promote your career as well. Here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Little truth about me. I don't really give a damn about money. I don't really perform or entertain for money. To be honest with you, I could give two shits if I ever make a dime in my life. Now, before most of you think I'm a Muslim apologist, I am a Christian. Granted, I'm not the most holiest of Christians. My sex life goes on for days, but at least for the benefit of the doubt, if I could steal a line from one of the greatest rappers living, I done touching everything but little boys. So you don't have to worry about your little boy children with me. And you don't have to worry about paying a dime to satisfy me preaching to you. Because I don't care about money. Now, the only problem that I have with YouTubers taking advantage of Muslims, making fun of them, advancing their careers by putting down Islam, is the fact of the matter, most people are getting them popular because they really believe and hate Islamic people. Now, I'm here to set the record straight. If you hate Muslims, then you should hate all taxi drivers, most bus drivers. You don't hate them when they cook you falafel to eat, do you? You definitely don't hate Muslims when they drive you to work and you're running late. You definitely don't hate Muslims when they're running into Iraq or Afghanistan, standing up for your nation. Oh, but then Muslims are really good people. Then Muslims are not bad. Then they're Americans. But for the vast majority of you guys don't think this way. You guys don't think that these people have 9-to-5 jobs where most of you are sitting at home on welfare waiting for the beginning of the month to start over and start smoking weed. Now, again, I am a Christian and I'm not a Muslim apologist. Granted, I do not like everything that Islam teaches. There's things that I love that Islam teaches. But what if I told you Islam don't like everything that Christians teach? But you don't see them on YouTube sassing Christians, putting them down, trying to promote themselves to make $1, like the petty bitch motherfuckers that they are. Now, since you messed with my brothers who are all Islamic, people from Bangladesh, people from India, people from Arabian countries that help me on a daily basis, you mess with me. So, you want to expose Islam? I'm here to expose a Christian holiday. Starting with Easter. Now, some of you guys think that Easter has to do with bunnies, eggs, etc. and so forth. Let's open up our Bibles to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 24 through 27, and I'll make it short but sweet. Jesus broke bread and passed it to his disciples, except for Judas. Jesus broke wine and passed it to his disciples, and said, "This is my flesh, and do this in remembrance of me until I come back." Now, you don't hear anything about eggs, nor do you hear anything about rabbits, nor do you hear anything about crucifix. It just says, "Do this in remembrance of me." This was the covenant, that the only thing we're supposed to remember that Jesus asked us. Nothing about rabbits. Now, where did the story of rabbits come in from? Well, I'll tell you where the story of rabbits came in from. Back in the old days during the Assyrian Empire, there lived a goddess named Esther. You could Google this if you want, or take my word for it. They used to sacrifice children and virgins to her, flood the gates with blood, and rape women on sight. That's why the tradition has to do with rabbits, because they used to have sex and fertility like rabbits. The blood rampage went on for the goddess Esther, who is the wife of Satan the devil. Yes, that is what you're celebrating by taking hand in this. I know what you're all thinking right now. Yeah, it was a pagan holiday that used to be celebrated for the goddess of love, for Satan the devil, and they used to sacrifice babies, rape children, rape women, and kill them afterwards because their blood was sanctified for the goddess Esther. But that doesn't work for us now. That doesn't happen. Well, let me say it in a language that you all will understand. On September the 11th, 2001, some Muslims, some blacks, and Mexicans, there's a language you'll all understand, flew some planes into some towers. May God rest the peace of all 5,000 people who died in those towers. I'm not sassing them. And then they all celebrated it on 2001. Some do, I'm not going to lie to you. But here's the problem. If you think that's bad, then why is it acceptable for you to accept the slaughter of children, rape of women on Easter Day, and involve Jesus in it? Do you guys honestly think Jesus would approve of this? Jesus loves everyone, and he would never want anyone to be slaughtered for any reason other than himself to help you. And especially not to be slaughtered for the goddess of fertility so that the devil does not hurt them, Esther. Sorry, people. I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but if you believe Muslims celebrating 9/11 is bad, then why do you celebrate Easter then? Why is one okay and one not? And if you do believe that my Muslim brothers who help people on a daily basis are bad, then why do you eat falafels? Why do you go to airports? Why do you get driven to work by Muslims? Do you know that there's people fighting in wars that are Muslims? Do you know that there's people in Congress that are Muslims? Well, if one is bad and the other one isn't, I am here to expose Easter. It is not a Christian holiday, it's Satan's holiday. And if you believe it's okay, then you should believe that Muslim blacks and some Mexicans, I'm saying it in your language so you'll understand, is bad also. Now, if you really want to celebrate the memorial that Jesus acts, please, on April the 11th at exactly 7 p.m., please tune in or go to your local Kingdom Hall so that you can partake in what Jesus really wanted you to. For everyone else, thank you and have a great day. Oh, and to my Muslim brothers, blacks, and Mexicans who are offended by this, please don't. Because the ignorance of these people is the only way that can get them to understand things. Bye, and I love you all.